morning, viewers, wherever you're watching us from. This is a beautiful morning down here in West Africa. We're talking about West Africa. We are somewhere in the center of excellence. Of course, the nation belongs to the most populous black nation in the world. Talking about Nigeria, and of course, the former capital of Nigeria. This is not Abuja. This is Lagos, center of excellence. We are going to run a proper review this morning, centering on happenings. We are focusing on the issue, the political game, the political tension, the political drama that has been unfolding in Edo State. Where we have the PDP, we have the Labour Party, and we have, of course, the APC. Struggling out at the end of the day. Anybody can emerge as the next governor after the reign of Godwin Obaseki of Edo State. For me, it's a good development where we'll also dive into some other areas. Then we'll come back to Edo State election where we'll feast on political parties and what they are doing there right there now, how they intend to, how the aspirants are faring, and how, of course, the electors in Edo State are preparing for the big match ahead. Okay, we'll see, just to give you a news beat on development recently in Lagos. There is massive outbreak of cholera in Lagos State, and there has been report that it is infectious anyway, and the news we are getting is that people from the north that infiltrated Lagos, all these using a trailer and all that might have be responsible. I'm just saying that for the spread of cholera in Lagos State, and people need to be conscious at this point in time because it is taking lives already, and I wish that the Lagos State government will step up, medical attention, in all the, possibly set up outlets in all the local governments in Lagos State, to curtail the outbreak of cholera, and away from that, we have seen recent developments, in some parts of the north where we experienced a suicide attack, that took many lives in some part of the northern part of the country. That's what we are talking about. There have been reactions from the big men there, talking about Atiku, talking about Obi. There has been condemnation. The federal government themselves has come out to issue a statement, condemning that act of terrorism against its citizens. Okay, like I said earlier on, we are going to focus on, of course, they have already started singing it out, loud and clear, Edo no be Lagos. I wish that slogan is going to come back in Edo State election at the end of the day, telling the people of what is happening in Lagos can never be repeated in Edo State. Edo no be Lagos. That is where we are now. We are in Edo State, and we are trying to look at, of course, many people are daring to see, how their political parties are going to make even at the end of the day. But we are going to look at the personality that a lot of listeners, viewers, who want to understand who is, Olumide Apata of the Labour Party. That's what we are talking about today. Olumide Apata, as you may know, was the former Nigeria Bar Association president. He was there for years, and his leadership, has been tested to be something that's something worthwhile. That most of the learned men has come to testify that that Olumide is in, of course, Edo State, to bring down the good governance, to showcase his qualities is made of. Also to showcase, that he has that experience, having pioneered or, having managed or having supervised or having led Nigeria Bar Association to a reasonable limelight, where it has restored, the lost integrity of that organization, reputable organization where lawyers convey, to deliberate on issues that has to do with the legal system in the country. Olumide Apata has been very, very outstanding, and that is the main focus on today, personality check, given the election that is coming up soon, maybe around September or thereabout in Edo State. It has been believed that the obedient movement actually that saw P2B go viral in 2023 presidential election originated from that state. That's what they said. We have not really confirmed that, even though they said everyone now seems to be an obedient. Whether you are in the north, whether you are in the west, whether in the east, everybody seems to be obedient, given the situation presently in the country. People are clamoring that Obi, if it is possible, should just find his way in Aso Rock. Maybe that can help to cushion the effect of the bad economic policies of this present government that has taken Nigerian citizens to the I don't want to use those kind of words, but Nigerians are really going through hell for the first time in 104 years. The Nigerian citizens don't know whether to go left or whether to go right. They are not even sure of having if just a meal. Because for you to go to a restaurant now or even a roadside food seller to ask for just a meal, you have to hold up to 2,500 naira. And how much is the minimum wage? How much do you get on daily basis? The situation has become life-threatening. Then away from there, of course, we are having another man who have shown class in leadership, talking about the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, and people are saying, no, we need a Labour Party in Edo State, so that he can replicate, he can do exactly, what the Alex Oti of Labour Party in Abia State is doing. They want it done right here in Edo State. And any other factor that is threatening Labour Party might be seen to be or understand to be don't be Lagos. They're trying to tell you they don't want any presidential influence. They don't want APC in that state. They don't want, even if not possible, even though there's some level of percentage sympathy for Obaseki, having shown charisma, having shown some level of leadership, even though people said he has not actually, done well in that kind. But he has been able to maintain the rule of law in that state and show leadership and, of course, justice, for everyone in Edo State. But what Edo State is clamoring for now, seems to be built around the personality of the Labour Party man there, talking about Olumide Abata, whom a lot of Edomites, and let me just use that word, sorry if I don't get it correctly, Edomites will be like, no, this is what we want. What is happening in Abia State? We need it here in Edo State. And if you look at the opinion poll recently, it seems that the Olumide factor, is surging, is roaring, is soaring, no matter how you look at it, even though there has been some reservations considering the fact, where he came from, the constituency where he came from and other factors, but no matter how you look at it, we are having PDP and Labour Party. These are frontline political parties who will definitely, at the end of the day, change the scenario of the political calculation in Edo State. And that is where we are today. You are on to Talk TV Africa, and we'll keep on giving you insights on development in Edo State. And secondly, before we go, we want to look at the issue of some funny news concerning the pension, fraudulent activities that have been taking place, as a result of the funds that were mapped out for the pensioners that has not been able to, judiciously put to use. And of course, Nigeria, it has always been like that on the issue of Nigeria. And of course, how we are going to wrinkle out from that ridicule at the end of the day becomes a question that for now nobody can actually give answer to. But hopefully, I believe that Nigerians, especially the electorates, are really warming up 2027. And of course, we're going to see how that is going to play out, because it looks like the northern part of the country are no longer comfortable with the way things are going in the country. Of course, they see themselves as the major determinant factor, in any election. But until we look at that very well and be able to decide, ascertain whether that assertion is correct or not, that will determine how we're going to go about it the next time we appear here to look at the issues happening around the northern political position ahead of 2027. But presently now, our watch hour time is going to be thoroughly focused on our next edition section of this platform. We're looking at Edo no be Lagos. That's what they said. But hopefully, the obedience all over the world, obedience in Nigeria, in the north, in the west, wherever they are, might be end of the day, be able to carry the day. Of course, we know that the governor himself will want to do everything possible. PDP still fairly had a bigger chance, to take over Edo State, But of course, the new generation is still asking and saying we are still obedient, and obedience are going to take over the leadership of Edo State government come September this year. Thank you.
Because Obaseki is already draw the plan on the ground for that minimum wage, 70,000 naira. They will go for him because APC don't have anything to do in Benin. They don't even campaign. They don't have anything to do. Even people now is hungry. Even with my mother, they are hungry because I don't believe the APC. They are always disappointed. They are alive
because of the 70,000 salary now.
It's not because of that 70,000 naira. It's because of the hungry on the land. Because they will not vote for APC. If they maybe they rely on ringing on that day, but I cannot say anything until that very day after the election.